You me I say now. You me I say now. There's some news thing when me see go on and alright, so me could go check out the news, you know. First of all, the first thing I want to check out is this. The people them down at Clarendon a ball out now. You hear the news story. Listen to this.
Residents of two Clarendon communities remain locked in a battle this evening to defend their homes, their safety and their sanity, one sleepless night at a time. This amid an increase in burglars and break-ins. Sandy Williams reports.
In the dead of night, just past 2 a.m. on January 28, a grainy but chilling CCTV clip captured a shadowy figure scaling the gate of a quiet yard in the Mineral Heights community. Less than a month later, on February 14 at 4:23 a.m., another camera caught a man precariously perched on a pole inside a yard, appearing to tamper with equipment attached to the building. Then on April 7, in the Monimusk County Estate community, the footage grew even more.
Remember if you like it video, you know, tap up the screen, double tap. Continue, hold on there.
More unsettling. A man scrutinizing the grill of a home as if surveying his next target. He was also captured at another section of the yard, walking with what appears to be a crowbar in his hand. For the residents of Monimusk County Estate, these weren't just random acts. They were snapshots of a crime epidemic that has plagued their community for more than a year.
Wow.
Now the people are speaking out, frustrated, fearful, and fed up. The Monimusk County Estate Community Association has sounded the alarm on what they describe as a relentless wave of break-ins and burglaries. The police admit that there has been a spike in burglaries and break-ins since the start of the year.
We are seeing 34 this year in comparison to 25 last year.
Reports suggest that homes are raided as frequently.
So the year does start and them have 35 break-ins in that area and only 25 in all last year. That's a turn up. Only 3.5 months ago in a year already. That is a turn up. That's a spike, big spike. That.
Yeah, as 2 to 3 times a month. These are not petty thefts.
Yeah, that 2 to 3 times a month, the man them are robbing people in Clarendon in that area. And you can see them on the camera or survey them area and check them grill like them and say, alright, you know, say, we can use this and broken at this. See weakness, alright. I probe for weakness, you know. Some real crook them, you know.
Entire households have been gutted. Refrigerators, televisions, beds, furniture, and even groceries down to meats and snacks have vanished. What's left behind are ransacked rooms and emotionally devastated families. One resident returned home after a short trip to a harrowing surprise. Her front door had been pried open. But the people...
Me know say I know a pandemic in a people, but you know say better on the turn on the yard, especially if you live in that area. You don't want to be a resident where you travel because the man never go probe out the place and she say no reactivity now go on and it'll be a target. You know look good.
No go to the door like this. A door like this, people. That's on the front door.
Double tap the screen to hit the like button, guys. Double tap.
In a rare moment of justice last December, residents caught a suspect red-handed and handed him over to the police. But nearly 4 months later, they are still waiting for news of charges or court proceedings. The silence has been deafening.
Yeah, man.
The police strongly encourage residents to install private surveillance systems to help identify and capture perpetrators.
While you would not be able to respond directly, but it gives you insight as to what is happening, and you can reach out to the police so that we can get to respond quickly to that instance.
But for some residents who have been proactive, despite handing over a wealth of evidence to the police, they are met with delays, vague promises, and a painful lack of updates.
Delays, vague promises, and a fake lack of update, a failed lack of update, after giving them substantial amount of evidence. What could really be hindering the police from making an arrest where these cases are concerned with them have the man them on camera, probe the place first and then the place get robbed? Only give me a guess as to why there's a delay in some type of prosecution. Matthew McCullough, big up, where are they with?
The Clarendon police have, however, named a person of interest, a man only known by the alias Shark, caught on CCTV during a break-in. Authorities have since pledged to intensify their operations in the area, but for Monimusk, that assurance is long overdue. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
So down a Clarendon, the people them suffer people, you know, look good. Last night, this is one story about last night. Now listen to this.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Sassy!
Motorist
Thank you for hitting the like button, Sassy. Appreciate you.
dies after vehicle plunges into rear cobra. Sissoko raises alarm over rising online sexual crimes. And later in sports, 2 matches scheduled for Jamaica premiere. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie.
Oh, and just listen. This is just a side note. I realize there's a lot of coverage. I realize that there's a lot of coverage about what Tom Tavares Finch said yesterday. I'm not covering it. It's pure gimmickry and nonsense. There's so much issues happening in Jamaica, and that's what he chose to speak about on a platform given the opportunity. It was just jokes and gimmickry. I'm not even covering that. A lot of people have already. What is there to say that's not already said? He should be ashamed of himself, really, for giving the post that he has and the amount of time that he has been in office as a political member. You know what I mean? For him to be doing that, it was very disappointing. And he's also a Speaker of the House. These are the people that we have given reign and power to govern us. These are the people that go on big old platforms to say, and you think they are intelligent. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, like I said, I won't spend so much time on that. Let's continue.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Simpson. Here are the details. The police have confirmed that a motorist lost his life last night in the Bogwalk Gorge in St. Catherine. CCTV footage captured the moment the vehicle plunged into the rear cobra at approximately 10:41 p.m.
He looked like him fall asleep. Look like him did tired.
Unfolded and attempted to rescue the driver.
He has
been identified as 65 years old, Noel Patterson.
Oh, he's 65? Yeah, that would make sense. He probably was exhausted. All I driver them, wanna please be careful on the road. You know what I mean? In Jamaica, we're not supposed to do it, but some of us like to drink, you know, on our journey. Some of us like to have a little tips here and there before we left. You know, have to remember, so the only thing that can hold the rum is the buckle. And at some point, when they get older, you have to kind of slow down, and it have a greater effect on you. I don't know if that is the case with this man, if he even drinks. That is just a general statement. But when you see the footage of this gentleman, it look like say him did tired. Because the vehicle just lean, go over to the left side. It's like he literally drove over the bridge. And the vehicle was not going fast. You can see it on the camera footage. It's like him just tired and him fall asleep right there. So. And him Joan and he's not here with us anymore. So rest in peace to the family. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sad. It's just sad.
5 years old, Noel Patterson. Reports indicate Mr. Patterson was trying to cross Flatbridge when his Toyota Hiace motor truck veered off the road and into the river. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB ACP Mackenzie, confirmed that the vehicle remains submerged. Attempts were made to retrieve it last night, but those efforts were called off. Arrangements are now being made to remove the vehicle. There is increasing concern about the absence of parental supervision when teenagers access online platforms. The Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, CISOCA, is reporting that a significant number of sexual crimes now originate online. Shamila Pullen reports.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force reports that 22% of offense cases begin with online interactions. This poses a serious risk as online predators frequently target vulnerable teenagers.
I believe that most of the users are not thinking beyond what it is that they are intending it to be used for. So
no, this is one conversation that the parents them need to have, and them need to find out what the best way for censor them kids' devices. You understand what I say? As much censorship as possible. Lock it, make them can't go on certain things and certain apps, because the online threat where sexual deviance is concerned is like there's no limit. There's really no limit. I've heard about cases in America where certain apps, like even TikTok, is used to lower kids. TikTok. That was one of the bases why Congress even wanted to bar TikTok from the United States. I don't know if you guys follow that case, but yo, it's serious. It's serious online. So on one hand, we want kids to, it's a technological age, but on the other hand, we have to find some creative way to protect the children them from the perverts and the nasty people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's continue.
It to be used for. So, for example, persons will go on to share their lives. More and more we see people want us to see what's happening with them. People want to put themselves out there, especially if they think they have a skill or a talent. So people come and dance, they'll share ideas, they have a lot of followings. It is also income generating for a number of persons. So they go on with that intention. But as I indicated before, there are perpetrators lurking out there who are looking for an opportunity to weasel people out of their money.
Speaking on the Force for Good podcast, tackling sexual crimes by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, head of Sissoka, Superintendent Karen Bailey, pointed to a rising trend on two major social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram.
What did I just say? I didn't even listen to this. This is my first time listening. I told you TikTok is one of the main ones. One of the main ones that they use to target children.
Explains that while many users go on these platforms to earn money, sometimes it goes further, as predators also use these spaces to target vulnerable individuals.
There are perpetrators lurking out there who are looking for an opportunity to weasel people out of their money sometimes. But as it relates to Sissoka, from a Sissoka perspective, they are targeting these persons for sexual exploits. So when a person posts a video or posts videos about their lives, there's someone looking on to look at physical features that may appeal to them. They understand how they operate and where to target. They're opening up themselves and their lives to perpetrators out there.
Superintendent Bailey calls on parents and guardians to pay closer attention to children and teens using social media platforms.
If you monitor your children, we've had reports where persons ask inappropriate questions. It's not just about the game anymore. So if it's not being monitored properly, you find that your child may be out there sharing personal information about your family that you would not expect them to do because you're thinking that they're actually in a game. But
yo, that's the next thing though. Yeah, as parents, like I think parents' job get harder as technology advances. So we have to have more conversations with the kids them, of the do's and the don'ts, especially when they're online. You have to try to raise them up as smart as possible because, the pervert them, the criminal them, I'm telling you, they are going crazy, bro.
The actual monitoring and utilizing the instrument of parental control is meant for all ages once they're children. That would help us preventing some of the perpetrators from getting to them.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Member of Parliament for East Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz, is urging residents not to harbor Haitians who enter the country illegally. Her appeal follows the spike in murders in Portland since the start of the year. She was speaking at a stakeholders meeting in the parish recently, where the government promised to implement strategies to dismantle organized criminal networks and install more Jamaica Eye cameras to curb the spike in crime.
Until that is sorted, what you're engaging in activities that will lead to our detriment. So don't hide them and don't employ them because you don't know what their backgrounds are, what is the reason why they ran to here. And so when you do that, you are playing a part in the criminalism that we are seeing in this parish.
Mrs. Vaz also called on the residents to work with the police in their efforts to restore normalcy.
What up, Chill? Salute to you. So basically, what is she saying? People that going to Portland, business people should not hire them because they don't know what the people came to Portmore for. So basically, she's profiling everybody that comes to Portmore as a criminal. Wow, that's pretty original. Simone Beckford, what go on? Yeah, we know why Simone. Montague in his speech yesterday told us why he doesn't want to call the election. They are not ready. There's a lot of internal issues within the party. Until them fix those internal issues, them can't call the election. It's just that simple. Them have real internal issues. That's the problem. But Montague, if you was listening to Montague's speech, you know, him tell you why them not call the election, because them have problems. There's infighting. There's a lot of infighting left, right, and center. Them not organized. The workers, them disgruntled. So them have to fix that before they call the election. You can't call the election and then not fix that. I just saw it go. What am I gonna do? Can't, but them have to fix things first before they call the election, man. That's how it go, man. So, you know, we just have to wait and see how it go. That's all. And that's part of the process. But anyway, let's get back to this. Let's get back to this.
To restore normalcy in the parish.
Working together is the only way we are going to get this fight down, and we have the commitment from our Campbell over here, the two dogs here, that things will get better over down. And I know it will with all of us working together.
Crime in St. James is steadily decreasing. According to recent statistics, the St. James Police Division recorded 16 murders when compared to 41 for the same period last year. That's 25 less murders or 61% reduction. Senior Superintendent Carlos Russell shared the details at the recent sitting of the St. James Municipal Corporation monthly meeting.
A steady reduction from the first quarter coming down. The first quarter last year, there were 40 murders. The second quarter, there was 33.
You know, I really wish that the police would stop talking about the reduction in crime midway or quarterway the year. I really wish they would just keep it to themselves and continue the good work. And at the end of the year, when we reach a 65% decrease in our crime in our area, then we celebrate. But you see this thing what them do? I don't think them should do it. It just seems like it's political more than anything else. Stop talking about 3 months in a year, bro. We have whole heap of time left. If shit just go hit the fan. You don't want the man to turn up, brother. Yo, just go and do the work and go and do the work good, bro. You understand what I say? I make we wait till the end of the year and then we do an assessment. Keep those figures internal. Don't put it out in the media. Keep it internal. You understand? That's my belief. I think that's what they should do. Stop boasting about those numbers so early, bro. You understand? Stop it. Stop it. Real talk, man. Let's continue.
Third, 29. The fourth quarter, 23. And the first quarter of this year, there were only 13 murders for the division.
And the division is being lauded for its continued efforts to rid the streets of illegal guns.
Start of the year, we have seized 26 firearms and 818 rounds of ammunition.
No, what I want them to do is find out how much gun are coming in our country, estimated every month or every year. And then when they compare how much they seize, then we can have a conversation. You feel me? Yeah, then we can have a conversation. And I would love to know what is the process of with the guns them that are seized. What is the process that goes through? The money that is seized from drugs, what is the process that goes through? You understand? I don't think them want to know, you know.
Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says after decades of being occupied, the Yalas market will not be leased again outside of its intended purpose. He revealed that a contract valued at
tap up the screen for me. Yo, Splash, did you what up, man?
To renovate the market.
Once that is completed, the work will commence to fix up the place. I want to commend the vendors because they said that they would bring the market whether or not it is ready. And they have been occupying the market. And because they have been faithful and they really need the market, we have taken a decision that until the renovation of the market is completed, the vendors will occupy the space free of cost. We're not charging any money for the vendors to occupy the market until it is fully refurbished.
Minister Mackenzie says the government is excited to have the market reopened. In the meantime, this warning to the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation about the Seaforth market.
When that lease agreement expires, the market must start to reposition itself to facilitate the vendors and be run by the St. Thomas Municipal.
Issues like water quality and funding have been visible signs of progress and better management. He made the remarks while speaking at a church service in St. Andrew on Sunday. While issues like water quality and funding continue to affect the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, opposition leader Mark Golding says there is still a cooperation happening behind the scenes. Speaking during a Palm Sunday service at Gordontown Baptist Church, Mr. Golding acknowledged the challenges within the council, but said many problems have been resolved through teamwork.
From time to time, there will be issues on which there may be a difference of opinion. Sometimes the issues are controversial, and therefore, persons in politics will take strong positions on those types of issues. But we must always remember that the greater goal on which we are committed and embarking on and pursuing, which is a better Jamaica, a better corporate area, a better life for all our citizens. And it's no better day, I suppose, to celebrate that on Palm Sunday with humility.
Also attending the service was Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Andrew Swaby, who publicly endorsed Mr. Golding's comments and emphasized the importance of working together, especially during Holy Week.
We are able to foster political collaboration across political lines. Bipartisanship is not a slogan for us. It's the way forward. We believe that when we put the people first, when we center their needs and aspirations above all else, when this true leadership shines in Kingston and St. Andrew.
Mayor Swaby made it clear that no community is being left behind, regardless of political views.
A commitment to serve each resident and stakeholders with greater energy, greater openness. We will do this with unwavering dedication, where progress is measured by the quality of life of our people. As a friend, I invite you, St. Andrew, to continue partnering with us. We are at the service that citizens, leaders, and stakeholders work hand in hand.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Me like what Mayor Swaby say, success of the administration should be measured based off the quality of life of the people. I love that. Because at the end of the day, you're serving the people. So if the people are not benefiting in a real way, then what's the point? I like it.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More local stories when we return. Welcome back. We're continuing the news. A broad trough currently extending across the central and western Caribbean is expected to maintain unstable weather conditions across Jamaica and surrounding territories through to Wednesday. That's according to the Met Service of Jamaica. It says this weather system is forecast to produce periods of mainly afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms.
Like what
this will particularly affect eastern and central parishes. Residents in these areas are...
So eastern and central parishes, so Portland, St. Mary, Ocherius, St. Anne, Brownstone, them place there. Eastern and central Jamaica. So we're gonna experience rain. Wanna go traffic go on here, so wanna check that out.
Advised to remain alert for possible localized flooding and thunderstorms, especially during peak rainfall periods. Now, forecasters say a ridge of high pressure is expected to build across the island by Thursday, bringing drier and more stable weather conditions as the week progresses. It's now time for the Business Minute.
I don't really want to hear about the business. I'm going to go to the next order. More of examine. I probe, you know.
Jamaicans who offer themselves attack for the press. Well, the people, be careful drop the real news, news, reviews, everything in a one right this or right here, the people. So all I want to know to do is like up the video, share out the video, subscribe to my channel, my people. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Let's get right into it.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors.
Wagwan.
I
hope you guys are in good spirit. Well, I have a few things to talk about to them people, which not sit well with me at all. So we're going to start it off with Angela Brownberg. The Opposition People's National Party, PNP, has condemned what it claims are political witch hunts launched by the governing Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, against qualified Jamaicans who offer themselves for public service. According to the PNP, the JLP objection to an Integrity Commission appointment based solely on a past social association is an example of this, and it's reckless, hypocritical, and without merit. My wisdom warriors, let me tell you something. When you hear other day me come and me talk about Brian Winter, remember say Brian Winter and Carol, the cheerleader, and Carol this week. Remember say Andrew Wellness appoint them. Remember, I know Andrew Wellness appoint them. And remember, Brian Winter is associated with the Labour Party. Brian Winter is associated with the Labour Party, and them and Brian Winter are friends. Not only that, Jamaica, Brian Winter father, Hector Winter, was a chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Oh, yeah, sir.
You hear what I just said? Brian Winter father was the chairman for the Jamaica Labour Party, and not only that, he was also a government senator in the Jamaica Labour Party.
Wow.
So when the government come out and object to Mr. Lawrence being the DCP of the Integrity Commission, my wisdom warriors, I don't understand why they are hitting out unless they're hiding something. I don't understand. Andrew Wallace's business partner is the director and the chairman of Urban Development Corporation.
Exactly.
And not only that, my people, he is the chairman for the housing agency. You hear what I just said to you, I always talk about.
Yo, me say that on I first thing you know I'm saying to people. When I first thing you know what me say when me hear them have problem about the guy, Mr. Lawrence, and the Integrity Commission, me say look on all of the conflict of interest with the Prime Minister. How many hear Edmund Bartlett and Kamina Johnson Smith ever come out and leak out about them something there? Them full of shit, man.
I always talk about it. So what is the issue? What is the issue? Other day, Dead Right Chuck stand up and he show off and he expressed the way how he feel about Brian Winter and Carol this week. Remember, when they were appointed, Dead Right Chuck was the first one in Clarendon. The whole of them are labor right. The whole of them are labor right, the people. And the government never have a problem with Brian Winter working at IC. They never have a problem. Jamaica look into it. And Brian Winter associate himself with the Jamaica Labour Party. And as I said before, I'm going to say it again, Brian Winter's father was the chairman and a government senator for Jamaica Labour Party for years. For years. So I want to send a message to the Integrity Commission, to the chairlady. Don't make nobody bully you. Don't make nobody bully you over dirty DCP, former DCP, Keisha, Kamika Prince, because she get the chance to charge Andrew Wellness and she refused to. She refused to. She know what is going on, but because she's a die-hearted labourite. Because she's a die-hearted labourite. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. But every day on the TikTok, I'm going to chat about how Dayton and Mr. Lawrence are friends. So what? So what if they're a friend? Eh? So what? Brian Winter father was a chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party and a government senator for years. And Mark Gordon never have a problem with it. He never object because Mark Gordon is not being petty. Andrew Wallace is being really petty, my wisdom warriors. He's being really petty and you can't see so them hide something. You can't see so them hide something. Look how them fight the IC. Look how them fight the IC. I hope Carol, best with the cheerleader, don't change her mind. I hope she don't change her mind. Seriously. Mr. Lawrence is well qualified. Mr. Lawrence is well qualified. I'm going to take a labor right every day at the top of the stinking mouth. Andrew Wallace just appointed him friend. His friend was associated with Labour Party for years, and his father was a chairman, Brian Winter. And no problems of all. We don't want Labour right now. If we go in there, pack up in there, Andrew Wallace can get off of the case. He now go walk. He now go walk. If Mr. Lawrence have to go, Brian Winter have to go too. Brian Winter have to go too. No to stinker out of order. Up on too. The whole a Sheila criminal. The whole a Sheila corrupted man. Really, Jamaica. Andrew Wellness when I have no respect for the laws of the land. Andrew Wellness when I have no good governance. Really, if this man not even signed the code of conduct, and that the man that the whole come and defend, and I say, whole an idiot. You know see that? Mr. Lawrence now got no way must stay right there. Whether the Jamaica Labour Party like it, yes or no, they must stay right there. He must stay there. And if Angela like it, I'm gonna really want him to go Brian Winter, have to go. Because Brian Winter is a Labourite. His father was a chairman for years. His father was a government senator of the Jamaica Labour Party for years. So if Mr. Lawrence have to go, Brian Winter must go. But you hear me, that with them on the eye for your eye right now. It's not easy. You don't want to pay labor right over there. Yeah? Pay labor right, not just somebody. Somebody when man Nathan came to a friend from university. Like literally.
They're on the live, bro.
You know crazy? Let me tell you something. You don't care of Brian Winter over there if you don't want Mr. Lawrence over there. Mr. Lawrence have to over there too. There's a problem. 40 days and 40 nights for the answer this. I want to put Bright and Stinker out of order. My wisdom warriors, I want to
Hey, me love what that five personal. Yo, Jano.
Is a release from the People's National Party media unit.
The People's National Party strongly condemns political witch hunts launched against qualified Jamaica who offer themselves for public service. The GLP's objection to an Electoral Commission appointment based solely on a past social association is an example of this, and it is reckless, hypocritical, and without merit. The notion that a friendship at university or merely attending a wedding should be grounds to question someone's suitability for a national appointment is both illogical and a vulgar display of political intimidation by a government more interested in persecution than principle. This kind of behavior only discourages very decent and capable Jamaicans from participating in public life.
True.
Without a shred of evidence, the JLP's intent on castigating a professional in the public space, undermining independent institutions, and weaponizing mere personal associations. It is a dangerous approach that corrodes trust in the public service and undermines national participation.
Hi, Judith.
The JLP's hypocrisy is glaring. The Prime Minister's wife serves as Speaker of the House while presiding over matters related to the Electoral Commission. His business partner chairs the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica. Matthew Sabudo is married to Natalie Chin, who serves as the Deputy Managing Director of the Jamaica Observer. None of these relationships have raised objections by the JLP. The message being sent by the JLP, therefore, is dangerous and undemocratic. Mere association with someone from the opposing party can impair your career advancement and cost you your opportunity to serve. The PNP rejects the toxic and retaliatory politics being practiced by the JLP. We will continue to defend the right of qualified Jamaicans to serve their country without fear, intimidation, or political interference.
All them. I agree with Miss Angela Brownberg. I agree with her 100% because it's like, how do you live in a glass house? It's not like the JLP don't have that type of integrity stance to really. They should have just shut their mouth, real talk. Man, they should have shut the hell up.
They should not run for office. It is unacceptable. And just because them in a government, that's why they might take the peace. That's why they might take the peace. But they don't know, say people just a laugh after them. They don't know that people just a laugh after them.
Yo, she talk to me, I try to say, can't talk to me, brother. Nobody live. Because she project her voice to me here, so the people might.
Take a listen to this.
Because something bother me, I want to talk about it. I might sound like a joke, but my concern is legit. Because I want to talk in full of shit. I'm a jail son of Jamaica that get back to my throat. We see the report, which they said the water have 300%. Now we're supposed to be normal. In advice. We say we are at this force at 500% of what it should be. And people have come up and said, yes, we are sharing green on the water, but we're not looking at the water, we can drink it. What? Yeah.
Go so.
My wisdom warriors, that is
No, upon a big man level, I don't know joke thing. You see, the thing with Jesse James Clark exposed out there with the water levels them over the recommended amount with fecal coliform. And the man them a defend that. Yo, them need to come down. Them need to come down. Dras Davis, whole on need to come down. When the wicked be. Now a special type of wicked. And I encourage people them for not. Yo, you know, say one thing if they say the water did good. But you see when them tell the people them say, don't boil the water. At that the time, you know, say them man people are one different type of wicked people. You know? Yeah, man, God have one special punishment for them, man. You know? You know, dangerous here. All of you tell the people them say, don't boil the water. Only if you come down.
my wisdom warriors, that is Dr. Daz.
Big up Dr. Daz.
I know. Listen, you know what? I thank God for them, you know. I thank God for them. I thank God say them a real doctor. Like literally, I really thank God because them know say E. coli is in the water. And yet they're telling the people not to boil the water. Jamaica people, both Labour rights, PNP, undecided voters. One of us say kill the government, one kill one. One of us say that the government wants some type of disease to break out. Janu, when they hear them say that, you know, I was so shocked. I can't believe because they say E. coli, it kills. It can kill you. They always hear them say, puss and dog don't have the same look. Don't. Sometimes I use that term over here for a while. Puss and dog don't have the same look. Just like how pandemic come out and, you know, some people's immune system wasn't strong enough. I always know warriors. Don't listen to the government. This government seems to me like they will wipe out the population. And that I realize. Because if E. coli is in the water, you have to come out and say E. coli is not in there. Remember, the NWC come out and say the health ministry put out.
Hey, hold on there, people, hold on there.
The water.
I don't see truth, bro. I don't see truth.
And if that no peeps, epic and then come out at them. You guys, not to boil this type of water. Street of health. It's not right. It's not right to me. And when you
No, me have to show you this, you know. Me have to show. Look on the water here, people. Hold on, let me turn on. Hold on, let me turn on this. Look on the water. This right now, me no want to believe that this really no, but look on the water. Look on the water that you know. Look on that. Oh, you see that? Water that you know. And a soup that you know, people. A water that you know. Right now, me all afraid to drink our soup out the road. Yo, look on this. Oh, you see that? Mighty God. Wow. Water that to the people.
of government.
My God.
Of health. NWC.
You know, look good.
The government telling you guys not to boil this type of water. Mighty God. Then that the man they care about Uno? That the man they care about Uno, Jamaica? Jamaica, we are people out. You hear me? We are there. Anyway, my people, who want to listen to this lady, we are trying to use some big words and then I come out at all, then I work out. My people, Mr. Bolo, stop laugh. Listen to this.
The church, under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness-led administration.
Wait, a Michael Manchinelli said a while ago. Oh, there. Wait. Listen to this.
Listen to this.
The church, under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness-led administration. All right, my workers.
My ministry? How would the backside go on there, so? No. Hold on there. Me have to rewind that again. Hold on there.
Listen to this.
The church, under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness-led administration. All right, my workers. We could go and
what you do, boy. Jamaica, when I hear them something, hey. When I hear them something, hey, and the Michael, hey, and the Michael man lay down, she say, listen to me. All on the labor right now say a pain two time. All on the know that too. But Jamaica between you, on the hear the way she talk, how she sound so? How she does sound so? How does she sound so? And every day they promote and they have most on social media. When we tell them that them done, this is a perfect example. Take a listen and a look at this again.
The church under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness led administration. All right, my workers, we couldn't go and we
Lord God, then they come out every day yesterday.
So all right, so no. All of this that I'm reacting to, first time I watch it, you know. This is a raw reaction to the news. That's why I titled the video like how I titled it. I did not watch these and then start the live. I did not see this part. I was not going to cover any of the conference from yesterday from them for this specific reason. I mean, what is this? What kind of, this is what? So, somebody was supposed to represent a party in our election here on a big platform. This is how she represented herself and her party and her constituency. I don't even know her. I don't know her name. But make we listen that again. Hold on, because woo! Father God, education is needed in Jamaica.
This is a perfect example. Take a listen and a look at this again.
The church under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness led administration. All right, my workers, we couldn't go and we
This is a perfect example.
People, give me a second there, man, because every time in life, I get called, I don't know why, you know. I don't know why, but I get called. Anyway, back to this.
Take a listen and a look at this again.
The church under the Michael, under the anti-wholeness led administration. All right, my workers, we couldn't go and we
Lord God, then they come out every day so they're bright. We can't stop laughing. So I read, you know what? Jamaica, want to take a look at this here, man, because these people, they can't match up to you at all. They can't come on for a level. They might try, but they cannot come on for a level at all. My wisdom warriors, Andrew Holness has finally accepted that the goal of transforming
integrity, big up, go on. What you say? Hold on. No, this is not a good representation of, no, them need for the better be.
Jamaica into a republic at this time has been a dash. It's sweet, me see? It's sweet, me see? Listen, I should have you with dash way. Me see, I should have you with dash out of House of Parliament. The thing of this, I should have you if it dash. If it dash, my wisdom warrior.
Andrew Wallace now confirms that the effort to turn Jamaica into a republic is not going to happen. And them know them can't do it because they need the opposition because of the way how the constitution is structured. They cannot reform the constitution without an integral role from the opposition. And the opposition is looking at the procedure at which the reform is done. They need to do town hall meetings, they need to educate the people of Jamaica on all the different aspects of the constitution that they want to change before they change it. What they were trying to accomplish is a rush of changing the constitution because they had their own ambitions of becoming president of Jamaica. But I remember when I told you, remember when Pastor Peter Chambers said that the Constitution is standing in front of Andrew Holness like a man. Yes. He cannot go forward, people. All they hear them a huff and puff and Marlin Malawata about this and that. Them can't change the Constitution. The way the Constitution set, it protects itself from skullduggery. It protects itself from skullduggery. And this is why I tell people, the two parties are not the same. Enough people want to say, oh, if you vote this one in, I vote that the one in, are the same thing. No, if they were the same, the two of them would have messed up the whole entire Jamaica. Two instances they would have messed up Jamaica. One, you see the needs was unconstitutional. If the two parties were the same, Mark Golding and the PMP would have not taken JLP to court, and we wouldn't know that the needs that they were passing in Parliament would have violated our Constitution. We wouldn't know. How many of us know the Constitution? We would not know. The two parties are not the same. The other instance where they are not the same is that with the constitutional reform, the way how Marlin Malawa and Jonas are structuring it, it would have again violated our human rights, right? And it would not benefit us. It would have given too much power. They would have taken out impeachment. They couldn't send them to prison if them did get caught in a corruption. All of them things they did them when I put on the table. They were basically giving themselves more power and taking away the power from the people in the reform. And the PMP said, hell no, power to the people. So let us put that to bed and rest. They are not the same. And that has been proven in two major instances. The NITS and the constitutional reform. Alright? And I will stand on that hill against anybody. Them is not the same. Mark Golding has proven there's a difference. Whether small or not, there is a difference. Whether you see it as small or not, there is a difference between the two political parties, the two major political parties. One of them like to go against the Constitution, and one of them uphold the Constitution. Whether or not you understand the Constitution is the highest law in the land, and it's the most important law in the land, and it protects you, the citizens of Jamaica, even if you don't know it. You know, always hear Isaac Buchanan say, yo, thank God for the Constitution. He understands the power of it, because if you knew it, you would have been able to protect yourself in many instances against violations that the state violated. So you go to a road and the police then violate, you know. If you didn't know a Constitution, just reach to where you're going in life. If the prisoner in the court and then you have the right representation, dog name them supper. Because you know the Constitution. Many times they have violated it. You understand what I say? So it's all about knowledge. This is the age of knowledge. They are not the same. You hear Kendrick Lamar say, they not like us. That is it. They are not the same. Them just days that they're not. This is just the truth. It's just the truth. Let's continue. It's just the truth.
If you dash for 100 times, because there's no way, Andrew Holness.
What's
you said you want to decolonize the people, and you only go halfway. You can't do that. You have to fully decolonize the Jamaican people, and that means turn Jamaica into a republic. You have to remove the king, and you have to remove the Privy Council. Anyway, the wisdom warriors, the Prime Minister.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing. The Privy Council. That's the other thing. We are a part of the monarch. Why would you want to reform the country and keep the Privy Council? That's ass backwards. Most people cannot afford to go to the Privy Council if they want to take things to the Supreme Court. They can't have a case in a court against the state or anybody, and you need to go to this. Listen, if cartel never have money, we would have a rat in a prison right now. Facts. If cartel never have money, he would be rotting in prison. You know how many poor Jamaicans, because them poor and can't get proper representation, is in prison right now? The other day, Isaac Buchanan get out to brother, him there in a prison how long I never see a court date. Over 50 years. Or over 40 years or something like that. One Rasta brother. And the man so humble, the man say, yo, what you want? When he come out of prison, the man say, yo, I just want one nice plate of rice and peas and something. Like, it was just humbling to hear what expectation the man have after so much years in a prison wrongfully. I accuse him without any proof, you know. And the man in a prison for 40 years, this is the Jamaica judicial system. And they don't want to move away from the Privy Council. They have made it very, very clear that they don't want to. The present government and the opposition has made it clear, so we want to move away from them totally. They are not the same. They are just not the same. It's just the truth. So which side do you depend? You want to stay with the Privy Council or you want to move away from the Privy Council? Do you even understand what that means? Do you even care? Do you care about your future? Do you care about your present? Do you care about the history of what it means for people that is imprisoned right now? Do you care? These are the things that you need to ask yourself.
The place is the blame of the failure. Lord Jesus. We know so this never happen. Anyway, the wisdom warriors, the Prime Minister places the blame of the failure. Lord Jesus. We know so this never happen. Can you imagine? Andrew Oneness is the government of Jamaica, and every God Almighty thing he blame the PNP. Mighty God. Every time this man come out and blame Mark Golding, poor Mark Golding. All Mark Golding want is the betterment for Jamaica. And Andrew Oneness out here to trick the people. Pure lying, go and tell the people them. Me say they lie, Lord God. How no so lie? How no so lie? Me say, Lord, me say if God did stay like man, if God did stay like man. So Andrew Wellness places the blame of the failure squarely at the feet of opposition leader Mark Golding. Dr. Wellness says through its action, the PNP has shown it cannot place the needs of the country above its narrow political interests. Move your dirty blows and...
Well, hold on there. So hold on. Let me have a compare camera for that one here. So according to Andrew, because the constitutional reform didn't happen, he's blaming the PNP. Which, we don't say I'm going to blame him. He blame the PNP for everything. The same road he managed for 9 years, he blame the PNP. Alright, that's another bad part. But I'm going to say, they don't have the interests of the people at heart. Is he listening to the people? Have they had dialogue with us to find out what we want? I'm sure if you do a poll right now and the PNP was to explain their stance on the constitutional reform and the JLP was to explain their stance on the constitutional reform, most well-thinking Jamaicans would be on the side of the PNP. We cannot afford to go to the Privy Council, sir. It's too much money, sir. We don't have millions of dollars, sir. If we go for one visa, we might not get, sir. We want justice, sir. So let's go to the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, sir, that will go and come to Jamaica to have trials, sir. What is so freaking hard about that? What you mean? What you talk about? Say, the man try to go against the people. No, you are not listening to us. You are where you are because you're a member of the Privy Council, sir. I will understand the skullduggery, I will understand the bias, sir. We know what is going on. We understand why you don't want to leg off a Privy Council. Because you are loyal to the king. Because you are a Privy Council member. And that is it. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. That's why you don't want to leg off a Privy Council. You are severely compromised. You are not putting the people's interests first when it comes to constitutional reform. You are not. You can't afford to go to Privy Council. You have one money. Me can't afford to go to no Privy Council if me have one court case. Me not have them the money there. And half, not even half. 75% of Jamaica. 75% of Jamaica don't have that. So what you say? What you mean? The PNP is actually standing for the people in this instance. And you are not. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Let's continue. Pat W, big up yourself, mama. Crazy. I can't believe this. Man, this dude is crazy, bro. Listen to this.
God, it's here like man.
Listen to this.
So Andrew Wellness places the blame of the failure squarely at the feet of opposition leader Mark Golding.
What?
Dr. Wellness says through its action, the PNP has shown it cannot place the needs of the country above its narrow political interests. Get dirty blouse and skirt. Move the dirty blouse and skirt, Andrew Wellness. Move and go. Mark Golding care about the people them more than you.
Remember that.
Mark Golding said,
no joke.
Decolonize the Jamaican people.
Straight.
Free up the people them.
What do you mean?
And you said no, Andrew Wellness. Tell the Jamaican people the real truth. Tell the Jamaican people the real truth. And you, Marlene Malawu, you want next one. You look a cool girl. You want next one. That's why the people they run you from down. So from where you come from, that's why they run away. People they don't like you. You dirty girl. You cool girl. My wisdom warriors, I don't know people know about me. Andrew Wallace not care about Jamaican people. Andrew Wallace only care about investors and stakeholders.
Big facts.
Remember me telling you that.
Big facts.
I want to see that everything Andrew Wallace do appear private partnership.
Yes. Preach. Preach.
Go them building them the house that Andrew. Go check the level Jamaica. Go and check before you come out and chat. Wanna stay there and listen to Andrew Wallace. Appear like Andrew Wallace telling you. Wanna see Andrew Wallace take you all away for fool.
Facts.
Wanna see? Jamaica the only country we are drawing nits on them people. Jamaica the only Caribbean country we are drawing nits on them people. No other Caribbean country don't do that.
Preach.
Go and Google that. Wanna dirty in labor rights. Wanna make this man, this thieving man, I'm not afraid to talk because he is and he knows it. He knows it. You understand me? This man have no respect for all Jamaican people. This man have no respect for the law of the land. But yet you all on the day behind this man talk about show and best prime minister. Where? What is he doing for you guys?
Oh, yeah,
come and tell me. Because the last time we checked,
I can't solve for some boy dumping and here man
Andrew Wallace give be a horse. But if we don't go deeper, we don't see on the land, Andrew Wallace take me from under style. So none of you got to kill labor right, come and always try bully me and intimidate me. Let me tell you no man. Me tell you no. You can't intimidate me. No girl and no boy can't intimidate me. You understand? Me a leader, me a no follower. Me no follow back people, me no stay like uno. Me no stay like uno. Me stay in my own lane. You understand me? None of you can even walk in my shoes sometimes when you come and chat off on the mouth. You don't even know me, brother. You just a chat off on a stinking mouth. And you look stupid out here. Because Andrew Wallace don't care about you. When I take everything too personal. Andrew Wallace don't care. Andrew Wallace don't want fully decolonize the Jamaican people. When if you ask Andrew Wallace, why don't you get rid of the Privy Council too? If you're going to get rid of the king, why don't you get rid of the Privy Council? That is what Mark Golding say. Mark Golding say, get rid of every blood and skirt body. Anything we're British, we're attached to Jamaica, we are get rid of it. And that Mark Golding say. And you, Andrew Wallace, say no, because you is a part of the Privy Council. Tell the Jamaican people the real ratty truth. Because let me tell you something, England no hide nothing from them people. Anything any outsiders are do with them, they might make them people know. Andrew Wallace is a disgrace. You make people have Jamaican people as a laughing stock. Oh no, you Andrew Wallace, your government make the world, we the Jamaican people as laughing stock and laugh at away. Really and truly.
Real talk.
It is really disturbing.
Terrible, man.
It is really, really disturbing. Seriously. And on the labor rights, you have sense. You have sense. You understand me? Why Andrew Wallace want to keep Privy Council? These are the questions you must ask. Because you want to keep a Privy Council. And the poor man can't find millions of dollars to go Privy Council.
True.
The poor man cannot find. All the while, Andrew Wallace don't care about poor people, you know. We telling you all the while. Andrew Wallace used NHT money, you know. Remember, the NHT was put, and create for the poor people. Remember, say, the poor people, them are pay NHT, you know. Remember, say, whole we pay NHT in Jamaica. Remember, you know. And no how we have a house, you know, or an apartment, you know. No how we have a rent room, you know. And Andrew Wallace use NHT money and build up whole heap of house, you know. And sell them to investors, sell them to stakeholders, sell them to people, Jamaica. And Andrew Wallace sell them the house for 15 million. 25 million NHT money I use. Phone no money, Jamaica. Phone no money. I want to tell me, Andrew Wallace care about we. I want to stop it. I want to stop going like an idiot. I don't rate the way I want to move Jamaica. I don't rate it in 2025. I want to have on the head, screw on nobody. Seriously, I really don't like it. That's why sometimes I cuss on no more while.
Things body, man.
I'm really upset. I just don't like the rate.
Things body, they feel like they have to do that for you stay at one bar and drink. That's
every year out here, I tell, be alive, brother. You don't need to have sense, brother. You get me? I'm going to big up. What are the labor right them? We are see what Andrew Wallace do.
Big up the people them from Cherry Garden, you know. Big up the people them from Cherry Garden. Patrick, what you deal with? Why, Patrick? Hey, them are people that are easy up blood. Hey, man. Them are, boy, I don't know, Bridget. I don't know. Rasta. Let me see what my general I say. Because I'm not checking from morning, you know. You know, I have to, I have to check the general page, you know. Let's see what the general are doing. Oh, he checking for the Renegade.
Look on this. You see my card?
Hold on there.
I want to do dumbest liar in Jamaica, right? And I think dark father-in-law. Them going to put ban and keep. Renegade. 1964, no heroes.
Yeah, man, for the answer to one of them is here.
Hold on them, my people. Hold on them, my line up
That's
this.
my father-in-law. Them going to put ban in Kingston, but the ban now. Make him train branch certificate. Look here. Son of a white English man. Yeah, George Frank Finch. George Frank Finch. A white Jamaican. White? This guy one like him out here. What's your name? Hyacinth Lilia Tavares Finch. So I take him back to my father.
Hey, you can't hear the audio clean. Let me know, you know. Open and hear the audio clean, you know.
Don't make this guy fool me, yeah? Don't make this guy fool, you know. This guy is a piece of shit. Eh? Who didn't know it's British, right? Who didn't know this guy is a British? I'm going to do this lie in Jamaica, right? And I think you have a crash lie. You never know that, right? Never know. They come up to Marcus Garvey now. So this guy is from Britain. Come on, as pure piece of lies. Make us straight now. Look up to Marcus Garvey. Mugshot first. Mugshot.
Oh, but me want to hear this now because you know.
Remember, no, we have to play with him say first.
Yeah, play with him say. Play with him say. One teacher, you know.
Yeah, play a piece of Marcus Garvey.
It's a loan sum.
He might be done teach, okay?
PNP, are you me combo?
Look here now. Look how that people are eating food. Look here. Look here.
I'm sorry to hear it online. Can you me combo PNP?
You know, look on this. You see my garbage. Don't approach and launch. You think of the Italian. Oh, think of the Italian. What on them? Let me go and play this. What on? What on? Hear this. Now, run the mouth complete. You know, watch out. Hear the ball. Hear the tune. I'm not play. Don't you trouble Zion. I'll be on that tune in play. You know, this is called the name. I said, she got St. Thomas. You know about St. Thomas, you know. If I hear them fuck me in that tune and the other tune there, you know who I hear them tune with them play with them. Them want to make some people that them foolish. Fast check. Run them out in the garbage. Watch out. You hear the tune I'm not play? This is garbage. Look here. What's the germs, man?
Me nah lie, him kind of look. Me nah lie still. The way my dance a while ago, him kind of look fruity still. Something, right?
When I say the Italian, stop it and down. Hold on.
Are you me combo, you know? Every time the Jamaica Labour Party look about the progress of this country, when you take bad mind and Koro and mash it up. When Marcus Garvey came to Jamaica in 1923 and began to work with the UNIA and ran as a councillor for the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, Marcus Garvey, Norman Manley sent him to prison and run him out of Jamaica.
So 1923, you hear these people? Marcus Garvey coming in 1923 and started. Norman Manley sent him out of prison. So he sent him out of prison 1923.
Hey, Colin.
Marcus Garvey was prison in 1922. Marcus never did Jamaica in 1923. Surely wasn't in Jamaica. Let me show Marcus. So this, let me just rub it out from now. This is donkey shit. This English piece of shit. We never even know no history about Jamaica. Never, 1930 years. Not 1923. 15 years gap. You know what the same gap them never right now? Look at Marcus Garvey. Look at. Let me stop in Marcus Garvey first. I go about that first. Alright, let me show you the mugshot first, people. Look at. This is Marcus Garvey, not mugshot. You know them time. That's Marcus Garvey mugshot. No, I'm not sure. No, that's the mugshot. Remember, I'm saying 1923. PFP send him out of prison. I'm running out of Jamaica. Okay? This is a mugshot. But look how we hear this now. Let me draw from a file now. Why I want to dance on a fool? I time for the go still. I time for the go. FBI man. I'm going to the bar. You can't say what it's name now. I'm looking at bigger fool. This is FBI man.
Me have a pretty big phone. So, inside 1923, but Marcus Garvey got in prison. In the time, they're in the state. From 1922, again, I grew up in this area. That's what I'm telling you, you see this garbage? This garbage? When I forget to infidels go away, real garbage, Let me show you something. Hey, don't go for that, let me teach you something. See, FBI files people who have it. See the FBI files guys. Yeah? Alright. Now move up in it so you can read it. Now move up in it so you can see it for yourself. Document this. Marcus Garvey, from 1887 to 1940, Jamaican born immigrant, was an early 20th century African American leader who was a founder and staunch proponent of black nationalism movement. In the aftermath of World War I, FBI began investigating Marcus Garvey and looking at his activities, looking to deport him as an undesirable alien in 1922. He was convicted. It's 1922 the man there. They want to deport the man in 1922. In there in the state. This guy, I don't know where to get. He was convicted and made fraud in connection with some of the business. Yeah? Organizational activity which he was involved. Each sentence was later commuted President Coolidge. This material has been released before the consists of material from 1922 to that. Yeah? See the 1922 to 27. Same file, the bunker file from 22 to 27. So you know Marcus Garvey did there. See me have the one of them in file one. Marcus Garvey, look at them. But have them. So we can just open them and show. See that? Alright, let me just move on. Federal Bureau. Condition, original. Marcus Garvey, part 1. And the whole script, some of them are about to the script. So I'm going to show you the next script where you write out. See number the people. See number them. Marcus Garvey. You understand? Everything with Marcus Garvey, I'm going to push up big. And see the script. Now I'll show you that script what them write about him. Because some of them are fake. See? So 19 that and that. Him never the boat. See them are getting thing on him there from 1921. Yeah? When this guy talk about Marcus Garvey, you might hear that. Him an idiot in no sense. So this show where Marcus Garvey go. Now show you next paper now. See there? Director November the 9th, Mission, below that Biggs, Cargill Biggs, and they tell you what investigate this man, See me, I don't want document this for Marcus Garvey people. The whole document. Marcus Garvey never did Jamaica because he get sentenced up there so for the wire fraud and everything. So this man is just total lie. These are the whole and the original documents, these people. By your share, no, see the black star line. So it then when them do, FBI have everything. And even when I say, see the by your share, no, you may buy 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 or 200. Black star line, New York. And it show you everything. So then they collect everything for them. Everything them collect from Marcus Garvey. Everything. See that? Everything. Now read it, because some of them they can't make see Marcus Garvey. National office that I tell you everything see the people. Eh? Marcus Garvey never did Jamaica. Marcus Garvey gets sentenced. So when you tell them organize a new branch, they can't be able to cut some of them things, but now read the next paper and cut some of this. Yeah? And it's showing President Coolidge, where I'm doing and where I'm hard and everything. These are the paper people. See that? These are the whole file, FBI file. See that? We're signing, alright. So I'm going to read that paper now and show. These are the file we're signing. This is some of them are fake. So Marcus Garvey never did nowhere. If nobody send him out of prison and think PMP. We never have no PMP. We never even have no PMP. PMP party farm in 1938. Marcus Garvey, I'm not that I'm going to show you. Listen, hey, I time for them to this garbage. I time for me to get this garbage.
Let me go over something real quick. When was Marcus Garvey deported to Jamaica? Let me show you what I find. Wanna see that? Marcus Garvey was deported to Jamaica November 27th. November 1927. After serving part of his prison sentence for mail fraud. So in 1922, when they was, you know, they had their court and everything. He spent time in prison in America first, and then in 1927 he was deported to Jamaica. So we want to ask Tavares Finson, oh, you come up in 1923. I drink you when I drink. You don't know the facts. What happened? What happened there, so? As a man that is in your esteem of politics for so long, you would think that you would have your facts straight, a lawyer at that. But in 1927 was when he was deported. So how PMP get involved with Marcus Garvey in 1923? Make we go back to what him say. Make we go back to what him say. Make we hear what him say again. Because we have the original clip on BOJ TV, you know. Hold on there. BOJ TV. We can go straight to that clip there. BOJ TV live, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Make we hear what him say originally. Because I want the first things them. Here we go.
Labor rights.
I'm the Jamaica Labour Party. Look about the progress of this country. Want to take bad mind and koro and mash it up. When Marcus Garvey came to Jamaica in 1923 and began to work with the UNIA and ran as a councillor for the Kingston and
1923 when Marcus Garvey came in Jamaica, I ran as a councillor. Let us go to Google again. When did Marcus Garvey come to Jamaica and establish the UNIA? Marcus Garvey founded the UNIA in 1914. He returned to Jamaica after travels in Central America. Therefore, later moving to the United States in 1916. It says nothing here about 1923. So where him get that date there from? Established in 1914, he returned to Jamaica after travels in Central America and London and established the UNIA there before later moving to the United States. So it was 1916 that he established the UNIA in Jamaica. And later, he moved to the United States in 1916. So where him get 1923 from? This is what you call fact-checking, you know, people. How that come in? How 1923 come in? Very interesting. Hello? Yeah. 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 No, but him said him father was a farmer and him father is still a farmer. And then him said, well, I know. And then him said his mother was a civil servant and him sister, him went to school. Yeah, but me I say the way how him frame it, you can misinterpret what him I say. Like him I say him father they actually play one role too. You understand? Oh no, me understand what you're saying. Me did hear what him say it, you know. But I just peer questions me have because there was nothing definitive based off my two statement them. It was just confusing, that was my point. You understand what I say? Yeah, I'm alive right now, you know, so I have to go back to where I do. Respect. Yeah man, up top. Somebody I watch on my old video them and just call me. Anyway, yeah, let me see this. Me I try if you see. Alright, so in 1922, Marcus Garvey was charged with mail fraud. Just like where Wayne Lonesome said. So if you reach at Jamaica in 1923, that don't make sense. At that point, he must serve time at prison. So what time Tavares Winston that about? He need to get him facts them straight, bro. He might embarrass himself at this point. This don't look good. I want a quick Google search of this. This don't look good. The Speaker of the House, really? Bro, embarrassing. Sad. Let's move on. You don't look good, brother. I want a simple Google search of that. Oh, you get 92. You don't feel like you want to drink? I give me benefit I doubt. You want to drink, people. Them nice and them are easy and him mix up a date them. Him when I drink. But in 1914 there was no PMP neither. So where must a PMP? Them things they kinda off to like you have to get the details them right. Where must I say? But we could list it back again. Hold on, let me hear must say.
Garvey came to Jamaica in 1923 and began to work with the UNIA and ran as a counselor for the King's.
But the work was in 1914, bro. It's not 1923. It's 1914. Oh, you skipped 9 years and gone forward. A back to the future business is a man at the pan. But it's not right. Something not right.
St. Andrew Corporation. Marcus Garvey, Norman Manley sent him to prison and...
Alright, make we go to Norman Manley now. When did Norman Manley serve as Prime Minister of Jamaica? When did Norman Manley serve as Prime Minister of Jamaica?
According to Wikipedia, Manley served as the colony's chief minister from 1955 to 1959, and as premier from 1959 to 1962. He was a proponent of self-government but was persuaded to join 9 other British colonies in the Caribbean territories in a federation of the West Indies.
Alright. When did Marcus Garvey, when was Marcus Garvey sent to prison in Jamaica? Marcus Garvey was not sent to prison in Jamaica. He was imprisoned in the United States for mail fraud and deported to Jamaica in 1927, not 23. He served 2 years of a 5-year sentence starting in 1925 before being deported. So what is... Garvey was convicted of mail fraud in 1923 and began his sentence in Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, February 1925. So what is Tavares Vincent talking about in this audio? The more I look into this, when I say I don't understand, like, it does off. It does off. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense.
When Marcus Garvey came to Jamaica in 1923 and began to work with the UNIA and ran as a counselor for the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, Marcus Garvey, Norman Manley sent him to prison and run him out of Jamaica.
Me don't know what him wanna smoke, but a misinformation come out of my mouth there, brother. That is straight misinformation. That are not even close to the facts. As a matter of fact, the man said the man wasn't even imprisoned in Jamaica, overseas in prison. The people in Jamaica did reject him, yes, in his own country, but that not have nothing to do with the government. That have to do with the community and the people. At the time, them just never understand black liberation and where Marcus Garvey really wanna try to achieve. As a matter of fact, if them did hug up Marcus Garvey mission and started in Jamaica, we would be maybe 50 years ahead of where we are right now, or even 100. That man started a whole ship line. Them own ships. You see, tariff them we are going right now? Yeah, we would have in a tariff war because we have ownership them and go from one end to the next. And we could have said to the United States, well, listen, we're going to equal the amount that you want to add on to us because we have our own ships. That how far, if them just take Marcus Garvey philosophy, would have been so far ahead right now. You talk about engineers, technicians, you talk about people who have top job, you talk about poverty almost extinguished because of productivity. Marcus Garvey philosophy would have we far ahead right now. But we did not understand what that man was actually doing. But now we are hearing this man lie about what Norman Malley did to Marcus Garvey in our meeting, our conference. When he knows a Google our work and we can fact check everything. This is embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. Sad. But let's continue. Let me go to some other things. I not believe that the point there. That don't get debunked already. Moving right along. Let me see what else is going on in our news. You can't believe saying do that to yourself. Damn. Gotta chill, bro. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Instagram is not a nice place. Why every time I go on the search bar, you see these things? Shit. You know what? No distractions. Let's move on. Let's see what I'm going to meet right now. Ooh, bring the evidence. IC chairman tells government lawmakers seeking inquiry. I still got my eyes on you, Miss Director Lady, Chairman Lady. Man shot and injured at Ruby's gas station in St. Andrew. Jamaica crime up. Flatbridge, me about that last night. Man arrested, gun seized at nightclub in St. Andrew. What? Wait. Hold on there. Reports are that about 3:20 personnel from the Brownstone police station conducted a snap raid at the Big Apple nightclub. They really named the nightclub Big Apple nightclub in a Brownstone. During an operation, a Smith & Wesson MP pistol affixed with a magazine containing 1 round was seized. 1 round? You know, say life hard when the man we have gone a 1 round, them having it, you know. Dirty and tough. Yo, a man was arrested on suspicion and possession of the prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Brownstone Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. God damn, that's cold, boy. 1 round in the gun and why rough? El Salvador President Bukele says he won't be releasing man who was wrongfully deported back to the U.S. Huh? He won't be releasing man who was wrongfully deported back to the U.S. Alright, whatever. Cafe wants reinstallation of single political. Oh, this story I need to read. Yes, Lord. Let me find this story. Yeah, the political ombudsman is severely needed. Thomas Koldorger going in a political arena right now. We need a referee. Hold on, let me find that story. Let me find this story. Anybody listen to Montague's speech last night? Montague told us why the JLP is not ready to call the election. They are not organized. Them not have everything in place. So they have to organize first. I'll be an infighting I go on and one bag of sitting, so you know how that go. You just have to wait. You understand? Here we go. It says here that I hope cleaner nobody ramp with me. If you clean and ramp with me, I got the observer now. Oh, yeah, I can read the article. Good. The absence of the public statements or visual enforcement of the political code of conduct by the Commission of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica is deeply troubling. Daniel Archer. Hey, big up Daniel Archer, you know. I love how she is not afraid to just speak the truth about the political atmosphere in Jamaica. Whether it be the Prime Minister, she don't care. The truth is just the truth. Big up Daniel Archer. Principal Director of National Integrity Action, NIA, has said their silence not only erodes public trust and accountability, but also creates dangerous vacuum in oversight during a critical period of active campaigning. The head of our civil society body told the Gleaner. At the same time, the nearly 3 decades of old election watchdog, citizen action, and free and fair elections, CAFE, is of the view that it is not too late for reversal of the 2024 legislative amendment to transfer the role of the political ombudsman to the nine commissioners of the ECJ. Oh, so they want them to reverse the legislation that was done in 2024 and reinstate the political ombudsman. If you agree with that, type agree in the chat. If you agree with the political ombudsman being reinstated, type agree in the chat. And for those who don't know what the role of the political ombudsman is, the political ombudsman is the referee between the two parties. They are non-partisan. They don't care if you're JLP and PMP. There's a level of conduct that needs to be facilitated throughout elections so we can have free and fair elections and no violence. That is what the political ombudsman is there for. So you see the situation in Mobile, with the mayor of Mobile take down Janice Allen and Andre Arton or something, them posters, them political posters. The political ombudsman would be the one to step in the middle of that and say, well, this is what the law says, and this is what you can and cannot do, and then that would be the end of it. You don't need them having a back and forth with each other, and then you have the people that must support either side in our riff with one another, and next thing you know, people are hurt people and then something there. So the political ombudsman is very important, and it's important that the political ombudsman is independent and not on either side of the aisle, PMP or JLP, so we can have free and fair process democratically of elections, whether pre-elections or post-elections. It says here, Grace Boston, chairman of CAFE, said her organization is concerned that the ECJ might be reticent. What the hell? Reticent? Hold on, wait a minute. What does reticent mean? I've never seen that word before. Wait a minute. Reticent? Reticent meaning. What does that mean? Not revealing one's thoughts. Oh, so they're keeping it a secret, basically. They're hiding their true feelings. All right, I got it. So Grace Branston, chairman of CAFE, said her organization is concerned that the ECJ might be hiding their feelings in speaking about the issues where one political party is in violation of the code without being perceived as taking sides in a dispute between prospective candidates. And the main issue is the one in Mobile. So you see why the political ombudsman is important? Because the political ombudsman has the balls, the cahoots, the know-it-all, the position to say to anyone that decides you're wrong and you're wrong, or you're wrong and you're right. The political ombudsman doesn't care. But the political ombudsman is severely compromised because the ECJ is in the office of the Prime Minister. Although you have some on the PMP and some on the JLP, it is compromised. It's in the office of the Prime Minister. What you think? You don't think them afraid for going to say, oh, you're wrong, Prime Minister. You see me? Them don't want to take no side. That's why I need the ombudsman. But anyway, it says it is problematic and we couldn't have been louder in our cause for this post to be filled. We need a political ombudsman, especially at this time, and even if it's only during this time of heightened tension, Cafe Boss pointed out. Archer noted that the concerns being raised by one municipality about the erection of the political signs when an election has been called is one example of where political ombudsman is needed. It's not known if the ECJ has intervened in that matter, but no public statement on the issue has been made up to Friday. The NIA had argued that without the ECJ's intervention, violation of ethical standards risk going unchecked. Potential undermining of the integrity of the electoral process and shaking the very foundation of democratic governance. This seeming inaction, said Archer, is not just concerning, but it's a pressing issue that demands immediate attention and resolution. Prior to the passing of the legislation to bestow on the ECJ, the Commissioner's mandate of the political ombudsman, a single person was appointed to carry out these duties. Throughout her tenure, the former political ombudsman, Donna Parchment Brown, often communicated with the public to address concerns that run counter to the political code of conduct. Since the ECJ commissioner have taken on the task of ombudsman, their silence has triggered criticism and increased concerns from civil society. In an environment where the stakes are high, Boston said a single person carrying out the role of political ombudsman was now needed to temper the rhetoric on the campaign trail and calm tensions when they arise. The ECJ has a total of 4 political representatives, 2 from the major party. It also comprises 4 independent members as well as the director of election. The ECJ has to remain a fit and proper organ to carry out its job, and you don't want that compromised in any way, Baston said. She suggested that the ECJ has found itself in a bind where speaking publicly about alleged breaches of code could perhaps compromise its neutrality, insisting that the parliament should take steps to quickly revert to a single referee. Told you it was a referee. To a single referee. I learned all of this last year, no. To a single referee to adjudicate on alleged breaches of the code. Boston said the absence of that person is detrimental to our progress. Detrimental, you know? And we are beginning to see it. Somebody needs to be named ombudsman and not an entity. Archer is urging the ECJ to clarify its enforcement strategy for a political code of conduct, actively monitor violation and ensure transparency to uphold electoral integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to tell them, man. Hot off the press was trying to tell them the political ombudsman should have never been taken away. A lot of different agencies have been warning about this, and here we are on the cusp of an election, and this is a real issue right now. So I hope that they listen to the NIA and reverse the legislation of 2024 and put back the political ombudsman in her rightful place so she can do her job, so we can have free and fair elections and not have a tug of war between parties and party supporters. You understand? And it could get really ugly. Right? I don't know why they did that, but it appears to be that they wanted to sway things in their favor. Because what else could it be when you have the office of the ECJ, which has the new entity of the political ombudsman in his office? Isn't that a conflict of interest? You're in an election and the office that deals with the refereeing of the political matters is in your office. Under you, the Prime Minister, and you are a part of the election. Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. That is a conflict of interest of epic proportion, right? So they need to fix things. Anyway, the Integrity Commission says government parliamentarians, leaders who want an investigation into affairs at the agency need to provide relevant and cogent evidence to trigger inquiry. These people always let me go into the dictionary, man. Lord have mercy. Cogent. What does that mean? I've never seen that word before. Cogent. Cogent. It means clear and logical and convincing. Oh, very nice. So, IC Chairman Justice Carl Lawrence Beswick comments. Hold on. Integrity Commission says the government parliamentary leaders who want an investigation into affairs at the agency need to provide relevant and clear and concise evidence to trigger an inquiry. That means if the evidence is baseless, shut the hell up. Go sit down somewhere, get your book, and go read it. That's exactly what she's saying. That's my interpretation. IC Chairman Justice Carl Beswick comments are contained in a letter responding to the correspondence from Edmund Bartlett. They really disappoint me. I think you're a clean dude, man, but you showed yourself. The leader of government business in the House of Representatives, Kamina Johnson Smith, I don't expect nothing better from she. His counterpart in the Senate, in order for there to be fair, impartial, and transparent interrogation, there not only needs to be specific questions which have in fact posed, but equally important, there must be specific, cogent information, clear information, precise information, logical information. That's what cogent means, from which the interrogation can be commenced. Zine, in their letter dated April 11, Bartlett and Johnson said lawmakers had serious concerns about certain decisions at the commission and were requesting a thorough and prompt interrogation. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Dayton Campbell did come out and say something. Blah, blah, blah. We did go through that already. In her response, the chairman said she was heartened that the parliamentary leaders share her beliefs in certain principles that were outlined in their letter. Among the principles she cited were that they do not question Lawrence's professional qualification, his constitutional right of association, and they do not seek to interfere in the commission's operations. So basically she's saying, y'all just talking out y'all asses. Y'all need to shut the hell up again, all right, about Lawrence. The man is a friend of, a school friend of Dr. Dayton Campbell. For years, they went to school together. Unless you have some type of evidence that he's not being professional, just him being a friend with him is not enough for you to say that he's not qualified when he's clearly qualified for the job. Again, shut the hell up. Anyway, moving right along. According to the retired Supreme Court judge, a primary component of the interrogation is relevant, cogent. People, if you don't learn nothing today, you don't learn the word cogent. The amount of time she uses this already. Clear, concise, and logical. Cogent evidence. Bartlett and Johnson Simpson pointed the IC to social media posts. Really? On a lame. Social media posts in January by Campbell, who highlighted his 20-year friendship with Lawrence. The two officials asserted no evidence that any decision that Lawrence makes about politicians will certainly be open to question. You can't question it all you want. When the evidence slap you on the face, you don't know what time it is. However, the chairman said questions about Lawrence's decision making or suitability for the post must involve consideration of his rights to association. She also pointed out that it was lawmakers who approved the IC Act with a provision blocking employees from discussing matters before the agency. The commission is mindful of the fact that its decisions are open to scrutiny and thus operates under the policy that any conflict of interest are declared, and where they exist, the employee recuses himself or herself. That means if Lawrence should violate the code of conduct in the law for the Integrity Commission, he will be fired. Anybody in the Integrity Commission, once you can prove that they have violated those laws that is set there, those principles that is set there, him can't talk to him family and friend about matters of investigation. Him just cannot do it. Him going to lose him job, period. And anybody else in there going to lose them job too. That is a part of the act, the Integrity Commission Act. But he has the right to association. That is his lawful right. Him know people, him go to school, he's not an alien. It just so happens that him and Dr. Dayton Campbell were friends from them they are high school and university. So what you going to do? Disqualify him because he know Dr. Dayton Campbell? Rubbish, man. Rubbish. They need to come with something better than that. So I like what she's saying. Hold on, she said the third issue raised by Bartlett. My attention has not been brought to any complaints or even comment made by her either to the commission or any other entity concerning the question asked to be interrogated, the IC chairman said. Oh, she said Lawrence said questions raised by the two lawmakers would require responses from Prince Kamika, whose 5-year tenure ended last month. My attention has not been brought to any complaints or even comments made by her. So Prince Camille cannot say nothing, either to the commission or to any other entity concerning the question you asked to be interrogated. IC chairman said the third issue raised by Bartlett and Johnson Smith involved allegations that a senior investigator resigned from the commission after a statement she submitted to the entity was excluded from a report submitted to Parliament because of alleged intervention of an influential official at the Commission. However, the IC chairman again contended that those comments were not enough. Unfortunately, this concern, as outlined in your communication, is bereft of sufficient details to adequately inform an inquiry. That means if them don't have no evidence, again, shut the hell up. This is what she's saying. Shut the hell up, bring me some evidence. She said, adding that the urgent intervention can only be fairly done with cogent, specific information. Evidence. Mr. Bartlett, Kamina Johnson Smith, we need evidence, not what you think. Anyway, IC Chairman also said she need not remind Bartlett and Kamina Smith of Section 6 in the IC Act, which outlines that the agency shall not be directed or controlled by any except a... Isn't that what isn't that what the general said? When name? When former IC chairman name? We say him not drink the water in the parliament. Isn't that what he said? He said nobody directs the IC except the court. No parliamentarian can tell them what to do. So she have to remind them of that again. Good? Again, Bartlett and Kamina Johnson Smith, shut the hell up if you don't have any evidence. That's what she's saying. I'm going to keep saying that. Moving right along. It says here, nothing less, I hasten to add, I remain committed to open communication where the Integrity Commission is concerned, insofar as the Integrity Commission Act allows, she said. She added, I look forward to the Commission working together with the members of the House of Parliament in accordance with the law of natural justice and all above in strict compliance. That means so when them ask if you give details about this, to certify your assets, unlike Andrew Honest, you're supposed to give it. Strict compliance is not a, if not but now maybe, else you will not be certified. Good? Strict compliance with the Integrity Commission Act as promulgated by good self. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, since we're on the Integrity Commission, you know, head boy called ABR News TV the other day. Joanne, how you doing? Good to see you. It's been a minute. You need to pull up on me more often. But I don't have a lot of time. But my battery is going low. It's not dead, but I know my battery life. I probably have about 20 minutes. So one of the things about the Integrity Commission, you see, when Andrew Jones carried the Integrity Commission to court, it appears now, ladies and gentlemen, based off evidence, that that was a chess move. Because he has tied up the Integrity Commission in a court case. So you see the 7 other people under investigation. I believe this is why we're not getting any reports. Because this matter has to be cleared up in court first before the other 7 can be revealed out of the 8. So they know exactly what they were doing. They might try to buy themselves some time. But God not sleep. God is not sleeping. Every move that this administration has made is to undermine the Integrity Commission and not support them. You understand? In the last year, that is what they have been doing. Undermining. They have spoken against the Integrity Commission. They have belittled them. Talk about them and take too much time to put out reports. I mean, like 3 years before that or 2 years before that, the IC was the best thing since sliced bread. I remember a speech, I probably could pull it up right now, where he was at a conference telling the opposition not to interfere with the Integrity Commission. But look at us now. What a tangled web we weave, and how cock mouth kill cock. How cock mouth kill cock, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, when you look at all of this evidence, you can come to a clear conclusion for yourself that there's clear levels of skullduggery that is going on without a court case even being being aired. The optics of it is terrible. It don't look good on them. It don't look good. It is what it is. And on my fault make them do all of these things. I feel them fault. You understand? They should have do the right thing. Let me see the other stories that work. Okay, that's the Gleaner. Let me go to... Oh, let me go to TikTok. No, Twitter. Yo, Stammer. Do the right thing now, man. Do the right thing now. Yeah, remember somebody on the live, bro. So code. Anyway, Integrity Commission. Oh, this is a statement from the Integrity Commission 3 hours ago. What does this say? We are therefore agree that any such interrogation would have to be conducted as fairly. I guess this is what I just read. The commission is mindful that the fact that decisions open. Oh yeah. This was so they made a public statement, and that's what the Gleaner was writing about. Okay, wonderful. All right, let me see. Next thing I'm going to look on. I want to see if there's any PMP update in terms of when we can play 7 hours ago. I guess I played this already, yeah?
All right, guys, it's no time for the hot take. This week, it's muy spicy. We're talking about married hot people food items. Let's jump right into it. So, at a recent JLP rally, Mr. Vegas decided he was going to serve up some cold, leftover, revised history. Let's take a look at it.
Let's go.
Where we can remind ourselves of goods we used to married till we get little food. These are under PMP in 1978.
So,
how embarrassing. That whole lie has been debunked. It's so embarrassing that he said that about marrying off goods. Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
Mr. Vegas, in 2025, people are concerned about the cost of living, the corruption, the crime, the healthcare, the pothole them. And your big contribution to the conversation is tin mackerel flashback? No, brother. Let's check the receipts. So
oh my God.
The married food items weren't introduced by the People's National Party.
Teach.
They were brought in by the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Edward George Philip Siaga.
Facts. That is facts. Listen, Mr. Lonesome exposed this. That is facts. I got the receipts. That is 100% facts.
And the law.
Let's play that back.
Let's check the receipts. So what is the truth? The married food items weren't introduced by the People's National Party. They were brought in by the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Edward George Philip Siaga.
True.
And along with that, he also removed gas subsidies, doubled electricity and prescription costs, caused food prices to shoot up to 75%. And by 1986, the Jamaican dollar lost 2/3 of its value. So, Mr. Vegas, you're blaming the PNP for the JLP's meal plan?
We have to break the curse of PNPism. We have to break the curse of false promises.
False promises? No, sir. Remember, it's your party that promised Jamaica a fixed election date, you know. Right now, we're watching Malahoo Fort float the idea of extending this political term by up to 3 months. That don't sound too fixed to me. That sounds like a moving target.
Our first 100 days of government. We will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you half-truths and trick you into voting for them. And then when they win, they throw on poison for you.
So, Mr. Vegas, next time, just hold your head high and make you people them kill you with the nose. Drop a hot track and stop dropping conspiracy theories. I'm Nikisha Burchell, and this was
my God. Yo, listen, man. Hey, man, listen. I am so happy, bro. I am so happy that they decided to do this. The break, what's it called? The breakdown? What is? Oh shit! What's this called? Hold up, I'm gonna tell y'all the name of it. But I'm so happy that they decided to do this because you see, there's so much nonsense that people like Vegas or whatever I'm on him put out there politically and try to skew the historical facts. Like the marrying of goods. Bro, why would you even do that? Everybody got receipts. People, things are documented. We know what really went down. Even if we didn't live that time, there's people now that was living in that time. They actually know what time it is. So why would you do that to yourself, bro? Why would you even do that to yourself? It's pointless. You know what I mean? Boy, I'm telling you, boy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah. Anyway, CVM TV is the next thing I want to touch and see what's going on over there. Told you, I'm just looking through, see what's going on in the news. Reggae boys, blah, 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 blah. All right. Moving on, back to Atta for the press. Oh. Bobby said Andrew will not call you. Okay, here we go. Let me hear this.
You know, news, reviews, everything in a one right this or right there, my people. So all I want to do is like up the video, share up the
battery
video,
soon dead enough
channel,
people, so.
And if you're new to my channel,
I have to end the live before the battery dead.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the
About 10 more minutes or 15 more minutes.
river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan. I hope you guys are.
Bad.
Vision is the first facilitated under a partnership between the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and the Culture, Health, Arts, Sports, and Education Chase Fund. My wisdom warriors, the St. Elizabeth Infirmary receives ambulance valued over $17 million. When I hear this, yeah? St. Elizabeth, them receive ambulance.
It's not a mutual thing.
Listen good, you know. We don't have ambulance that costs over 17 million. So now nobody cannot complain because we don't have ambulance. And if them not use it, make we know. Anyway, my people, taking this. A 65-year-old man is believed to be drowned in the Bogwalk George late on Sunday night. This after the highest.
Go through that story there already.
Blistering attack on human rights group, Jamaicans for Justice. You can't imagine me, people? You can't imagine this, yeah? Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation. This woman, I wonder if she have kids. I wonder if she have sister. I wonder if she have uncle. I wonder if she have brother. I wonder if she have nephews. Does this lady have a family?
No, one of the weirdest thing them, one of the most shocking things that come in the news so far is them calling the Jamaicans for Justice terrorists. That is man, somebody need to check that lady temperature, bro. Alright, they need to check her meds. Alright, it's clear that she's unbalanced. Maybe she has PTSD. I don't know. Maybe she's suffering from hot flashes. But if for you to call Jamaicans for Justice a terrorist group, do you know what a terrorist means? You know what? The best person I saw cover that was Andre. Yo, let me play that. Hold up. Yeah, as a matter of fact, shout out to Partner Draw TV. Man, listen. Andre. Yo, Andre covered that expertly. I ain't even gonna cap. Real talk. Yo, Andre covered that expertly, bro. Lord have mercy.
Rightfully so.
To commemorate a full state yes, Jamaica as politics tonight. Thank you. Listen to this, man. What is operating people here?
Yeah. Hold up. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, here we go.
Spoke at a church service.
Here we go.
And when I heard her speaking,
listen to this.
the woman said, Jamaicans for justice are terrorists. Yes, she said Jamaicans for justice are terrorists, Jamaica. She said Jamaica.
This was a church service, somebody's funeral, I believe, and they gave her the opportunity to do that. Not at my family funeral. Ain't no way.
It's a terrorist. Listen to her argument, Jamaica. Listen to what she said at the church service today.
I know they're advocacy groups out there who want to thwart what the Jamaica Constabulary Force has achieved. In 25 years, we have never seen a reduction at the end of February. So low. 25 years. Yes, you're looking at a few things without doing your research. I must start off before I talk about Garfield, the legendary investigator.
So that lady has say, we need to speak to the family of police officers who lose them family member or family members of police officers. So I want to ask her one question. The people in Jamaica life less important than the police? The regular citizen them, for them life less important than the police? Why should not talk about the people who lose them family member by corrupt cops? We talk about some man have gone and shoot man and them something there. We don't talk about all them gun down people not even have no gun upon them. Look how much case and evidence of that there. I mean even have no problem with police because I mean all police good. But the truth is just the truth. What is she talk about? Everybody life matter. When we think it up in America, when them say all life matter, because the police, them wanna put them neck in the youth, them throat and kill them. Unlawfully. They wanna go against the law and murder the youth them. So what she talk about? This is an issue globally. The police them in Jamaica need to do some type of training or some type of, I don't know, probably them work, them have PTSD, them need to go do some counseling or something. Some of them do the most. You understand? The body them a pile up now. Over 100 somebody then kill already. So what you say? What she say? Your life no matter more than a youth in Jamaica. The whole of our life matter is same. You understand? Remember say God is no respecter of man. What she say? Yo, listen some more of this, because this woman is mad smart here, man.
I classify you as a true terrorist. Leadership of this force has transformed the system. How dare you?
You see, at that tone there, I problem. That is the tone. Uno believe say uno above somebody or above the people in Jamaica. Uno if members say we pay on here. Members say our tax dollars pay on. And the next we around. Uno employed by the citizens them. Uno supposed to serve and protect the citizens. And uno is not above the law. You're supposed to enforce the law, not go against the law or go sideways of the law. So what you say? You not say nothing, miss. You just a chat about a crap that you do. I talk about how dare you. What you mean? Anybody can be questioned. Nobody is the only entity that cannot be questioned is God Almighty himself. You remember good. Only thing say when God Almighty, you come like when have one, what them call a complex there, when have an inferior complex. Or when have some type of dictatorship complex or something. When have a short man syndrome or something. Oh, I go on in the Air Force. Yeah, I talk about say people and sit down with you know and talk with you know. But yet still when they do that, right, you not go say the prison them full up. Right? You don't have enough space in the prison them. So when we see you with them are dead off, what you think we are going to think? We are going to think say some skullduggery are going on, man.
Say the citizens' land. You cannot be one-sided, and it's clear that there is no recognition for the stats from Indica. You know why? Over 80% of all police shooting are justifiable.
How can you determine that over 80% of them is justifiable? Are you a shoot? Are you in every instance where somebody get shot? What do you mean by over 80% is justifiable? Ladies, let me tell you something. You see, if 15% of them is not justifiable, we need some action for go on. Because that's too much percent, if you don't understand. Since as you are both about over 80%, let me tell you this. It needs to be over 95% justifiable. That's too much room for people are dead in Jamaica by police hands unjustly. That are over 10% are the killing them. They are dying unjustly. That is way too much. At this point, some of the police them can be now labeled as criminals. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. So what you are saying now say nothing. You understand? With great power come great responsibility. In Jamaica, enough people can't even own them own license firearm. So now someone can't even get license firearm on our police. So you can't even protect yourself when you go out the road and on the left work. When you have big long gun on the work and when you left work when you not nothing pound. Zane? And you would have things that to the humble when you now move in a society and deal with people good. But you still are going wicked. That's how you wear the mask. That's how you hide on yourself because when you don't want nobody knows that you want to do foolishness at work. And that's one next problem too. Why not put on all of this mask in the public? That's not part of uniform. Me can't identify you different from a criminal. If I say now one mask, me not tapping. You better come out the road. That me I tell you, because I think say you're a criminal. And I think say you want to kill me in a real life. I think say you're a criminal. I tell you that. So I don't know where you're talking about.
J or whatever J you are, let it be a joyous moment and forget the facts and leave the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force to carry out their function.
Go and get the facts and leave the members of the police force to carry out their functions. Jamaica, she said that the JFJ are terrorists.
Can you imagine that, man?
But when I looked in the dictionary...
Teach them, Andre.
When I looked in the dictionary, Jamaica, who is a terrorist?
Yeah, some boss.
It says it's a person who unlawfully uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. So apparently Sergeant Arlene McBean doesn't know the context. She doesn't understand the vocabulary, and as such, she uses it out of context.
Embarrassing. He needs
because
some
if
milk.
I have to go according to the dictionary, it would mean thereof that members of the government,
hey Audrey,
members of the security forces are doing terrorist attack against the state.
Of course. Of course.
But when you think of it, Jamaica, you go to a funeral, you come to my family funeral, and you go and talk all of them political matters that over my family member. I would have run you off the stage. I would have run you off the pulpit. I tell you, in Jamaica, majority of the...
I can't believe that the woman really call the people them from the JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice terrorists. I have to do a whole show upon that because it's not normal. But right now, people, I say, I just say the International Human Rights Council must urgently engage in a comprehensive investigation into the pervasive corruption within the Jamaica government and the police force. I agree. But big up on yourself, you know. Like I said, my battery is gonna die, so I have to go here. I'm out.